Open the Landscape Tutorial drawing and click the Landscape Plan tab to display everything drawn on that plan. Select the 3D window view for a view in both 2D and 3D. Before adding plants, we need to add a planting bed up by the door and along the wall. In the 2D window, zoom in to the front door area so that you can work more easily. In the 3D view, using the Walkthrough tool, move closer to the front walkway. From the Landscape Tools group, click the Ground Fill Region tool. On the Properties pane, choose a drawing method to best define the shape of the ground fill region, closed polygon in this case. Using the left mouse button, click to set points and define the perimeter shape of the planting bed. Click the first point again, or right-click to complete the shape and the bed is placed. Adjust the shape of the planting bed by selecting individual points or edges and dragging it with the left mouse button pressed or using the arrow keys to nudge those points or edges in one direction or another. The next step after the bed is placed is to add plants. Click the Content tab, available next to the Properties tab. From the Content pop-up menu, you'll see a variety of different content libraries. Click Plants from the list. Choose the Ornamental Grass category. Select Blue Rush Grass. Drag the plant into position and release the mouse button to place. Once placed, you can select it and nudge it or drag it to reposition it. On the Properties pane, you can edit the age planted, size, and 2D symbol for selected plants. This is especially useful when you have a lot of plants in your design and you want a way to differentiate them in the 2D view. When you want to place a number of the same plant, you can use Auto-Click Placement to select the plant, define the location for each plant, and then place them in your design all at once. To do this, select the plant. Then, in the Design window, hold down the Option key and notice your pointer changes. Now, while holding down Option, simply click where you want to place each plant. When you're done, release the Option key. Now, we've placed a few plants in a row. Next, let's go back to the ornamental grasses. We'll add a little bit of color. Find the dwarf purple fountain grass and add these between the other plants. You can also drag right into the 3D view to place plants, and then drag or nudge them if needed. Take a moment and change your view so that you can see the plants we have just placed in this bed. In some cases, your planting will be out in the middle of the yard, not up against the house. There are other creative ways to create your plants or beds. Set your view in 2D and 3D to look over toward the open area on the west side of the yard. You can use the wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out and drag the viewpoint arrow to point the 3D view. Now, to create the curved shape of our bed, click the Ground Fill Region tool. On the Properties pane, click the Curved Polygon Draw methods. In the 2D view, click Points to define the curved shape of the planting bed. Remember, the points are still available to edit the shape even once you've converted to a ground fill region. Use the Edging tool to add edging around the ground fill region. We'll choose the same Curved Polygon Draw method and click points along the shape to define the edging. Notice as I move my cursor along the ground fill shape, the endpoint snap points appear as I hover over. If I trace this shape, I can click to define the shape of the edging so it matches the shape of the ground fill region. and then we can adjust individual points as needed. Choose the second edging style and click the Flip Face option. Click the Select Objects tool in 3D and click the mulch bed to select it. Type in 3 inches for object elevation. The next step will be to add plant material to our new bed. So, to our plant library. There are many ways to select plants to place. At the bottom of the pane, click the gear icon and choose Plant Finder. The Plant Finder allows you to select some criteria to filter your plants by the hardiness zone, sunlight requirements, even water requirements. Choose the Trees See library. As you move the cursor over the plant thumbnails, watch the status bar in the lower left for plant names. Names will appear as pop-up tooltips as well. Scroll down until you see the Norway maple. Drag the plant into the mulch bed. Select the tree. Go to Properties pane, and where you see Age Planted, set it to 3 to adjust the size of the plant when it was planted. Next, let's go to our 3D Objects library and the Exterior category. From the Water Feature library, we'll find this bird bath and place it in the 3D view at the other end of the planting bed. We'll need to elevate it up flush with the top of the mulch. Select it. Under Object Elevation, double-click Ground Fill, and this sets the elevation height to the top surface of the ground fill. Back to the Plants library, you will see the option to search for plants by name. Enter hosta and press the return key. All of the hostas will be shown, regardless of which library they are in. Place some hostas around the bed under the tree and also around the bird bath. Now that we have a variety of hostas, it's difficult to tell them apart in the 2D view. You can select a plant and change its symbol by choosing how you want it to appear. Hold the Shift key as you click to select a group of plants, and then choose the symbol you want, and it changes all of the selected plants. Now zoom out. Go to the Animated Fly-Around view and set your view in 3D, looking at the front of the house. While nothing is selected, the Plant Growth Meter is available on the Properties pane. As you click to decrease the age, all of the plants are affected, and you can see them getting smaller in the 3D view. Click the Grow button to grow your landscape over time to see how it will look as it ages. Notice that the tree continues to grow. The hostas have already grown as much as they are going to, so they don't continue to grow. Choose Full 3D mode so that you can see the entire plan. Set the view one more time to Full Screen 3D. From the 3D menu, choose Render Final Quality to get a view of the landscaping that we've just placed with shadows from the sunlight as well. You can adjust the sun direction manually, or from your lighting settings, set the global sun position by location.